Hello and welcome to Everyday Tarot, your daily dive into the divine wisdom of the tarot. I'm your host, Camille A. Saunders, healer, tarot enthusiast, and professional witch, and today I'm talking about tarot and opal. Whether you're a seasoned tarot reader or just starting to explore, this podcast offers daily insights, intuitive messages, and practical advice drawn from the cards. Each episode is designed to help you connect with your inner wisdom, find clarity in your decisions, and tap into the energy of the universe. Tune in every day, Monday through Friday, for fresh perspectives and empowering guidance from the tarot as interpreted by me. If you love the show, the best way to support it for free is by listening daily, leaving a review, and subscribing or following in your favorite podcast app. Other ways you can support the show or me and through tarot are I'm offering a 12-week Tarot for Transformation live course where we'll be deep diving the first 12 of the major arcana cards all together as we embody archetypes and learn how to transform ourselves through the tarot. If you're interested in crafting your own tarot cards, making them, collaging them, you can go ahead and get my full workshop with the hour-long recording, my step-by-step method, examples of cards I've created, journaling questions, and a PDF to walk you all through it. If you want to support the podcast through the Patreon, you can also get an individual card pulled for you once a month live on the podcast as part of the Everyday Tarot Patreon family at the lovers level. If you'd like to support the podcast even further, you can get a one-time individual 5-card reading in addition to all the other benefits if you join the Witch Bitch level on the Patreon. And today I am going to be doing the new moon in Libra collective tarot reading in a couple hours at 4:15 Pacific time. I'll be going live on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, but you can also catch the replay after. I'll put it in the show notes, as well as you can check out my YouTube, which is just Camille A. Saunders, or my Instagram, which is professional.witch, if you want to check out the replay as well. I'm also still linking to the new moon in Virgo collective tarot reading that I did at the end of August. And if you're local and want to support me, you can come to the Let's Talk Tarot meetup group, or you can come to my full moon women's circles that I'm holding with my colleague Izzy for the rest of 2025. The next upcoming moon circles are October 5th, November 2nd, and December 7th. If you want to join my newsletter, where it has all the up-to-date information on upcoming events, presentations, musings, and more, you can get a free PDF with the 2025 5-card tarot spread I created just for you, my lovely listeners, at the beginning of this year by joining my newsletter list. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, I am a sex and relationships therapist and coach, seeing clients virtually all over from my home office. If you'd like to work with someone that doesn't judge you, is witchy just like you, and helps you learn how to deal with anxiety, chronic pain or illness, communication issues, self-advocacy, and sex, head to my website and book a free consult now to start your journey. You can find the links for any of these offers in the show notes or on my website, CamilleASaunders.com/everydaytarot, in addition to the images of the cards I pull on each episode. All right, so welcome to season 15, where I'm talking all about tarot and crystals. If you haven't listened to my other seasons yet, you can check those out. But today I'm talking about tarot and opal. So I'll go through the myth, the magic, the meaning. I will be referencing from the Stones of the Goddess book, 104 Crystals for the Divine Feminine, by Nicholas Pearson. And then at the end of the episode, I will be pulling a card to see what message opal has for us today. So let's get into it. You're probably familiar with opal as a stone, and opals are not actually crystals. They are composed of amorphous spherules of silica that contain a relatively high percentage of water. So like obsidian, it's actually classified as a mineraloid. There are 3 basic types of opal: precious, fire, and common opal. And with gem quality stones with brilliant flashes of color, translucent to transparent clarity, and pronounced opalescence are known as precious opal. So magical uses are protection, hope, glamour, psychic development, transformation, astral travel, dream work, beauty, love, fidelity, luck, and power. They're associated with the elemental signature of water and spirit. The astrological signatures associated with it are Moon, Neptune, Venus, Mercury, and then Cancer, Libra, and Scorpio, which is appropriate. We are entering Libra season today as the new moon in Libra. And then the goddess archetype associated with it is the triple goddess, or the goddess of love, and the formation process is sedimentary. So opals have relatively ordered structures. The globes of silica in which they are comprised are more or less similar in size and shape, and water is evenly dispersed throughout the stone. Stones lacking the clarity and play of color of precious opals are called common opals. So like I said, there's kind of different kinds. The interior landscape is more chaotic with silica of uneven sizes and random distribution of water throughout. Common opals are opaque to translucent and can be found in virtually any color. Fire opals are transparent to translucent and characterized by a body color of red, orange, or yellow. If you saw those, you might not know that those are opals, but they generally lack of play of color, though occasionally fire opals will have a mild iridescence, especially in the form of bright green flashes. Opals are found worldwide and come in a large assortment of colors, patterns, clarity, and play of color. All right, known as the Stone of the Gods and Queen of Gems, the precious opal with its extraordinary brilliance has beguiled humankind for millennia. Accordingly, the stone has accrued many a supernatural account of its origin. To the Greek, Roman, and Arabic peoples, opals were believed to result from lightning striking the earth, resulting in their name of Carounia in Greek, Seraunia in Latin, and meaning thunderstones. They've also been attributed to other heavenly phenomena like rainbows. There's an Indian legend that describes the formation of the first opal. In this story, the gods of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva find themselves enamored with the same goddess, sometimes described as the goddess of rainbows. This competition degenerated into jealousy. Gurr and Nagler describe the rest of the episode in Crystal Power, Mythology, and History. Let's see. Opals also reflect all the faces of the triple goddess. The iridescence is like the incipient brightness of the maiden who shines like the sky at dawn. Favored among young women in times past, opals were used to preserve beauty and draw love, both goals within the maiden's domain. As a gemstone of the mother, opals, especially white opals, express the ideal of nurturing. They've been used to protect children, and white opals are symbolically linked to mother's milk. The amorphous structure of opals also represents the cosmic womb, the void that contains the potential for all of creation in the pre-manifest state. And finally, as a sedimentary stone, the opal is related to the realm of memory and time and thus belongs to the crone. It directs its inner light and color towards memories of the past, helping you cultivate wisdom and discernment. The seemingly supernatural beauty of the opal connects it to the beauty of the great goddess herself. A curious story about opals from the Middle Ages, reported by G.F. Kuntz, illustrates the connection between the stone and themes of beauty. He writes that blonde maidens valued nothing more highly than necklaces of opals, for while they wore these ornaments in their hair, was sure to guard its beautiful color. This may allude to the stone's ancient attributions to Eros or Cupid, who was linked to Aphrodite. And Aphrodite is described as being golden-haired in Homer's Iliad, so a stone sacred to her may have been believed to preserve blonde hair. One of the opal's most unusual virtues is that it was believed to confer invisibility to the wearer. Carrying an opal would allow the carrier to be concealed within a cloak of thick fog, almost like what the stone depicts. It would also improve eyesight. So it was often used for thieves to aid in their nefarious work. Today's crystal mystics see opal as using for astral travel, for harnessing its invisibility granting powers, which most likely represent the veil between the worlds. In meditation or ritual, the user may experience an unexpected spirit flight and find themselves surrounded by the ethereal substance of the astral plane, hidden from view by those in waking consciousness. Let's see what else. There's many different kind of myths in here about it. Opals are transformational gemstones. Just like the colors shift, the energy of opal can help you adjust to the times of change and transformation. Gazing into an opal can open the gates of consciousness and be a light in the darkness of becoming. And because of the gift of guidance during periods of change, we can use opal to petition Persephone. While in her overworld form of Kore, she emanates light and innocence, but transformed as Persephone, Persephone, she has found liberation through and within the darkness. Thus, Persephone, like the opal, shines amid the darkness of the unknown, leading you through your own periods of uncertainty. Opals bring us the light of hope, and they foster the ability to adapt with ease. All right, so let's see what message Opal has for us today. I'm going to be pulling from the Norse Goddess Rune Oracle by Rebecca Joy Stark and artwork by Shannon McLeod. All right, and if you ever want to see the images, you can always go to my website and find the episode that you're listening to right now on the CamilleASaunders.com/everydaytarot for the podcast link, or you can check out my Instagram where I'll always have the tarot images as well. All right. So what message does Opal have for us today as we're in this transitory period, as we may be trying to balance between invisibility and showing ourselves, feeling veiled, or dealing with the unveiled world? All right, I pulled Isa, number 18 in this deck, who is affiliated with Skadi, about blockages, stasis, and clarity. Very interesting, sort of the themes that I was asking about. So, I am Skadi, goddess of ice. Upon skis I hunt, my arrows precise. At home in the mountains I dwell not by the sea. May Isa give pause and help bring clarity. So Skadi is the goddess of snow and ice. She is the daughter of the giant Pisaji, who was killed by the gods, and she is the wife of Njord, who dwells by the sea, a place that brought no joy for the goddess of the frozen mountains. So the rune associated with it is Isa, which is the rune of blockage. Like ice, it represents the harsh winters of Scandinavia. The frozen waterways prevented trade, travel, and exploration. However, the Norse did not begrudge this blockage. They spent time indoors around the fires, celebrating with family and friends, and making plans for the summer. When the time came for the ice to melt, the seeds were well planted and plans well laid for immediate action. Isa is strong, the backbone of many other runes, and holds firm the power of runes in bind runes. Use the solid ice to harden your resolve, sought through the crystal clarity that Isa offers. So Isa can represent stasis, feeling stagnant in your current situation and longing for more. It also can represent a period of feeling stuck, which is often an unforeseen blockage that prevents you from achieving your goals and moving forwards. It can feel like you are frozen in place or perhaps in ice. So, right, it's telling us to use this time to seek clarity, right? Maybe we are meant to pause. Maybe we are entering, like I just said, we just celebrated the autumn equinox in the Northern Hemisphere, entering into the cooler, darker season, right, where we have to figure out different ways to pause and reflect, to move inwards, to do internal reflection, and also to rest and take time from the busyness of life to reflect on what truly brings you joy. Why force yourself to live by the sea if you crave the mountain air? Find the burning desire within to help melt this obstacle from your path. Call upon the power of Skadi to navigate the ice and make the most of Isa. All right, well, that's it for today. If you want to join me on the journey of using the tarot for transformation, the link will be in the show notes to check that out, as well as any links for the tarot decks I talk about are always in the show notes or on my website if you'd like to look at them or purchase them. And thanks for joining me today on Everyday Tarot. Just as a reminder, the podcast comes out daily, Monday through Friday for all of 2025. You can email me, me@CamilleASaunders.com, with your thoughts, questions, and more. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.